Outcast Droneworks Podcast that I'm super stoked to be doing. We've been taking a little bit of a hiatus and trying to get back to our groove, even with the coronavirus pandemic going on all around us. So this week we're doing it via live stream with a little bit of a video chat with my pal Crystal and cohort and co-worker and big sister of sorts. And we're going to be talking about SpaceX, drone stuff, what's going on with Outcast Droneworks, shipping stuff. And of course, we're going to be doing some how-to and Liftoff to get going and how to learn how to fly. But first and foremost, I have to set things off right. I'm in space, as you may see around me. I've got that galactic flow going on. And I'm excited to share with you one of my favorite videos that gets me in the mood for anything space and having fun. So without further ado, I present to you Supersonic Electronic.
Oh, you are super galaxied.
Hey baby, wake up from your asleep. We have arrived onto the future and the whole world is become electronic, supersonic, supersonic, electronic. Hey baby, ride with me away. We doesn't have much time. My blue jeans is tight, so onto my love rocket climb. Inside tank of fuel is not fuel, but love. Above us, there is nothing above.
Oh my god, that looks so funny.
Above.
All systems gone. Prepare for down count.
5, 4, 3, 1. Off blast. Fly away in my space rocket. You no need put money in my pocket. The door is closed, I just lock it. I put my cold plug in your socket.
The sun and sky is bright like fire.
You and me gets higher and higher.
Got a communication wire.
Only thing can stop us is what higher. Hey love crusader, I want to be your space invader. For you I will descend the deepest moon crater. I is more stronger than Darth Vader. Obey me, I is your new dictator. For you is Venus, I am Mars. With you I is more richer than all the stars. Make a wishes on a shooting stars. Then for you I will play on my cosmic guitars.
Fasten your belt seats. We have commenced our descent. I trust you enjoy this flight as much as you enjoy this accent.
Now back on Earth, it's time for a down splash. Into sea of eternal glory, my spaceship crash. People have arrived for to cheer me from near and far. And as I float, I open door and shout, bigger, washed up, superstar! Electronic, as for sure as the sun rises in the west. Of all the saints and poets on earth, I am the bestest. Come, let me put the ring of Jupiter on your finger. Then like a smell around you, I will forever linger. Okay, it's time for end, no more will I sing. Let me take you back in time. I want for you to experience Big Bang. Long live space race. Long live Movania.
Okay, welcome everybody to the podcast. That was just a weird little intro I want to do just to kind of lighten up the mood. So a lot of you may or may not know, SpaceX this week has launched or tried to launch a new rocket into space. Even though it's not really drone news, it's very exciting news for me. I'm a giant space nerd. I've watched most of the Hubble repair live streams. I've watched a lot of the shuttle launches back when they're doing the shuttle launches 10 years ago. And I was sitting waiting for the launch this past week, which they moved to Saturday. So I will personally be doing a live stream either on my YouTube channel or Facebook page of that launch. So if you want to check that out and watch it with me, you can find me there on the internet. And today we're going to be talking about a few things. I've got Crystal with me, aka a Fartbox FPV. As you see, she's rocking that alien skin, and we're just here having fun, enjoying our time together, and trying to provide y'all with a little bit of that, what's called entertainment. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment in chat. If you have any, things you want to see us do, please leave a comment down below. But for now, I think the biggest thing is to get into what Crystal's working on, because it's pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. Crystal, if you want to intro Outcast.Academy and tell us a little bit about what you've been working on behind the scenes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so right now I've been attending National University, and for my senior project, I teamed up with Zoe, my little sister, best friend, and my teacher for drones, to build the Academy website for her new Outcast Droneworks company. So what it entails for that website is to create a platform for everybody to get together and post projects and just be able to reach out to each other to build the Microhawk together. Am I right?
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good way of putting it. It has a wiki, some forums. It has a ticket system so people can ask questions directly to the team over at Outcasts and get answers. Essentially, it is an all-in-one learning center for the Microhawk project and open source development. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to provide a whole new way of learning and make it hopefully easier for people to get into it and share their projects. It's a huge thing. People will be able to post their own projects with the Microhawk to this website, share what they're working on, get help from other people, collaborate with the community. So it's not just a wiki, not just forums, not just a ticket system. It is a all-around academy, I think. A learning resource for everyone that wants to learn more about what we're doing. But apart from that, when do you think we might actually have something working for everybody at home to take part in, Crystal?
We'll be done with testing and production the end of July.
Okay, cool.
So like the first week of August, it should be live.
Yay! Yeah, so it's a little bit more of a long-term project. And plus from there, it's going to take us a while to get a bunch of content added to that website. But I'm excited for it because it'll just not just be for the Microhawk project. Any Pi-based drone that you want to use with iNav, it'll be basically information resource for open source. So it's just kind of centered around the Microhawk. Apart from that, there's actually been really big updates. So getting into things a little bit, Outcast Droneworks is now shipping, or we're starting to ship the bulk of our back orders. We've been waiting on frames. They finally came in. They actually messed up and didn't send us some of the screws for the frames. So we've had to direct ship out some screws. They should be here this weekend. And we're prepping kits to be sent out right now. So all of next week is going to be nothing but getting kits out. We have enough to get out. We have enough parts in stock to get out the majority of the kits. We're waiting on another shipment from T-Motor for another 200 micromotors for the kits, for more kits, I should say. So we should be able to get about 50 of the kits that are backlogged, which is about all but a few of the ones that are already pre-ordered. So yeah, I'm super stoked on that. It's been a long road to get here. And it's been super frustrating because I know a lot of people want their hands on the Microhawk and have put a lot of time, effort, energy, and put down their money to save a space to actually get one. So I'm excited to get more of those out. We currently have a few people that have been rocking them. So they are out in the wild already, but with the amount of people that were interested in it after the Road Right video, we got slammed with demand. And then the coronavirus happened, and then all the supply chain broke apart, and it's been a headache for me to get everything going. But I'm stoked to finally be able to get stuff going. I think we're finally into the clear now. And I'm hoping to actually vlog some of the whole shipping process behind the scenes and share with you guys what that's all going to entail. I mean, we have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of parts. We've been getting things organized, and we're manufacturing batteries. We have to manufacture well over 100 batteries to get through the current orders. And so it's it's going to take some time over the next week and a half, 2 weeks to get the majority of that done and out to people. But at least we have the parts and we can start getting all that done and going. If you're joining us right now, thank you for watching. I had posted a thing to YouTube that we were going to be doing a live stream tonight, but apparently I had it unlisted, so it didn't notify people that we were going to be doing a live stream tonight. So if you're joining us now, thank you. I do appreciate it. We had about 50 viewers last week on average. Now we're down to about 14, which I think is mostly my fault for not promoting properly this week. But if you're not watching now, you'll be watching in the relive stream. So we will be getting into Liftoff. I'm going to be teaching Crystal some of the basics of Liftoff, how to get flying. She's been practicing a bit this past week to kind of get up in the air, hopefully to the state where I can help guide her into becoming a better pilot. I'm a firm believer that if you learn Liftoff and you learn how to fly, you can actually fly a real drone. If you spend about 20 hours in Liftoff, you'll be able to fly a real drone without crashing instantly and actually have some fun and get up in the air and actually enjoy the experience of flying FPV without all the hassle of breaking stuff. And I mean, I know when I started how to learn how to fly, it was a pain in my butt. It was a huge issue. Like, I flew for maybe about 30 seconds, and then I fell over physically, so I was standing upright, and crashed my drone. It cost me 2 weeks of repairs, and then from there I crashed. Every time I go out, I crash and have to brake and fix something, and it slowed down my progress so much. With Liftoff, though, you can get up in the air, virtually flying, crashing without all of that headache, and by the time you get good, you can get out in the actual air without having to go through the hassle and heartache of breaking all your gear. So if you have a computer, you have the ability to do a simulator, I highly recommend it. And we'll be doing some of that here shortly. But we got CNC Zach in the chat, McFlight, got Moontaloo in AA, Mike Tech, John Ortega, and Kush. Hey Kush. Got some awesome people in the chat right now. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm currently waiting for Crystal to get back to the computer to talk a little bit more about what we are doing. So again,
I'm here.
You're here now?
Yeah.
So she's an alien, I'm a galaxy. I figured it was appropriate somehow.
From the SpaceX launch.
Yeah, I was like, I literally, as soon as they like canceled it, I was like, no! I was so upset.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so Saturday I'll be doing some sort of live stream either on YouTube here and or up on the Facebooks. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, am I forgetting any of like the intro subjects? We talked about the SpaceX.
I'm just, with the whole quarantine thing, maybe you could tell everybody how you've been keeping your sanity.
By building out my amazing workshop behind me.
Yeah.
I got into a rocket ship, I went into space, and I collected a galaxy. You might be able to see it right behind my head. Yeah, see it right there? Right there? Right here? Yeah. I got a galaxy now in my workshop. It makes life a lot easier. I've got a nice gravitational pull bringing me back down to Earth. But really, no. I've really just been... I don't know, I haven't been flying as much as I wanted to. Initially, when the quarantine hit, I was trying to fly a bunch of places that would be closed down. But now things are starting to open back up. Some of the spots that I was flying at are kind of closing back down. And on top of that, I haven't wanted to go out too much to risk exposure. So I've been spending a lot of time inside. And I actually have been spending a lot of time with my workshop. If you're just returning to my channel and you didn't know, I moved into an apartment and this is the workshop behind me. I also have another workbench here in front of me on my computer, a nice little lounge area, and a bedroom. So I've been kind of nesting the last month or so. And before,
but it looks really good.
Yeah, it's looking good. I'm pretty happy with the way things are turning out.
You did a really good job on your apartment.
Aw, thanks. And so, what have you been doing to stay sane?
Oh man, so much school. Getting that website ready, all the case studies. And crazy. It's so much fun learning new stuff. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
In between that and then working as an IT and being a full-time mommy and homeschooling. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, your workload's pretty heavy.
Yeah, but thank God I have good friends like you that I could call. And, you know.
When you get bored for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, like, or like just ranting to somebody, even, you know, right? And like community, like a forum, and just connecting with other people, it makes you, you know, ease up the anxiety, I think.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is connection. I feel like the biggest thing that a lot of people have been missing out with the quarantine is we've all been kind of disconnected from each other. And I feel like video chat has been one of the saving graces of the quarantine. People have been able to actually get together with friends virtually. And I know I've been doing that every Tuesday night on Facebook. I've been streaming some games with my friends. I thought about doing it on my YouTube page, but after asking my audience, a lot of you actually prefer that I have a separate channel for gaming. So I'm probably going to do that here on YouTube and or Twitch and stream a lot of my gaming ventures with my friends here in San Diego to that. Hey, Pops Off.
Yeah, I think you should make a Twitch account.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's a different kind of content. It's, you know, it's more fun for me and more chill. So I'm just hanging out with my friends playing games versus trying to be an on-screen personality for drones and talking about things I'm passionate about and making myself look good on the YouTubes. You know, I let my hair down a bit more when I play games.
Right. Double A says, how do you like the new spacesuit?
I like it quite a bit. It's cool. It looks... So it's not an EVA suit. It's just like a pressure suit that they wear while they're inside the space can, this Dragon module. It's cool though. It looks like futuristic. Like the whole capsule looks very futuristic, which has me pretty excited about the future of SpaceX and space exploration. So hey D, Rotten Tomato and Zenix686. I hope I said that right. Welcome to the stream, guys.
Wait, so what's like the mission that they're going to be doing for SpaceX? They're just going to go out to the International Space Station now?
Yeah, so SpaceX has had about 20 cargo missions up to the space station with the Dragon module, which is basically just empty full of cargo. This is the first time they're sending astronauts aboard up to the space station, which is the first time in 10 years that a U.S. rocket has launched a crewed module into space, which has me pretty excited. I'm a huge space nerd. And that's why I was disappointed the other day to learn that they, you know, canceled the launch. Yeah, so I think it's inspiring. It's inspiring for the whole country. Like if you're not inspired by space travel and sending people into the unknown to create a bigger and brighter future, then I don't know what's going to inspire you. Probably playing Liftoff with Crystal after she gets flying. That'll definitely inspire you.
Right?
Hey, Broken Prop. So, what else is on the agenda today's, Crystals, aka Fartbox FPV, aka Alien?
Yeah, me and Zoe were talking about Liftoff, doing a competition next week for some of her viewers. For fun, for this time that we're in.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing a competition next week. 5 people can enter. It's gonna be a live stream freestyle competition. Crystal and I will be the judges. We'll be giving away probably 10 packs, if not more, of the Zoe 3D propellers to the winner. And 5 packs to the person second, and 3 packs to person third. So if you want to join that freestyle competition, all you have to do is leave a comment saying freestyle, just freestyle. I will collect your name and try to get in contact with you to have you join our competition. It's just for funs, you know. I'll look at your channel, see if you have any videos. If you want to submit a video, you can send it to me at zoe@outcastdroneworks.com as well, and I will choose from the people that want to enter and fly. And then if we don't get 5 people, I'm just gonna end up flying
I'll
myself.
fly.
Yeah,
I'll compete.
we'll also
I'll get
compete.
good by then.
But yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that, and I think the biggest thing is I'm excited to get Crystal flying.
I mean, it's a long time coming. I've been friends with you for almost 2 years now. For like a year and a half.
Yeah.
We traveled to Orlando, to the Rotor Riot headquarters with you. What was the YouTube video you filmed over there?
We filmed several over in Orlando.
You did like the 8, what was it, like 8 drones in the sky at one time?
Yeah, I did that. I did the 8 DJI setups going through an awesome location. We did a 1 prop challenge. We did, I feel like a couple others I'm forgetting about. But those were the ones that stuck out in my brain. It was fun. And then I've taken you to Atlanta. We went to Atlanta after one of the trips.
Well, it was my 30th birthday. And who else to celebrate than with the one and only Zoe?
But yeah, it was cool because I got to introduce you to Schizo, Stinger Swarm, and God, what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. So bad. So he's a good friend of mine and a great personality. I've met him a few times at different Rotor Riot events. But yeah, we had some fun over in Atlanta. And like I've taken Crystal with me on a lot of the trips. Like we tend to be trip buddies. And I've always wanted to get you flying, but you don't want to.
You don't forget, when we went to Atlanta, we went to the Hackers Halted conference where we were able to fly.
Yeah, we definitely
showed the Microhawk there to these hackers, and they tried to hack it, and it was unsuccessful.
Yeah, I also tried. We tried that at DEF CON too. Like I tried, and we didn't have the Microhawk at that point in time, but I tried to get them to hack my Tiny Whoop out of the sky, and none of them could do it. So even Tiny Whoops are safe from the hacking scum of the earth.
But not from swords, from pirates. We
yeah,
found out.
A pirate took his sword and slashed me out of the air, so that happened. Looks like we have a few people that want to enter. We've got Crunked, Gianni Oldenburg, CNC Zach, and we got Abdul Alim Shikani, aka the Liftoff Host of the Year. He just did a live stream with me talking about all things FPV on Facebook. You should go check out his stream. It's of props. What's it? I keep forgetting the name of the podcast. I'm being so bad right now. It's of props. Abdul, you put the link. You put the thing in the comments. Just tell people what it is so people can go check it out. It was a lot of fun. So it looks like we have at least 5 contenders. Again, if you guys want to join the freestyle competition next week, leave a comment either in the live stream if you're live or down below after the live stream, because we will be doing some fun stuff next week. You don't have to fly 3D. If you do fly 3D, I will give you extra points though, because that's what impresses me.
GWFPV asked, I broke my 2-cell Outcast Droneworks battery. Zoe, safe to solder leads on?
Yes, you can solder leads back on. And the newer batch of batteries we're sending out right now have thicker plating to keep that from happening as often. We've had, I think, about 2 or 3 batteries out of about 40 batteries we've shipped out that have had that issue after crashing. So it's not a big issue, but it does happen from time to time. You know, batteries break when you crash. I've taken batteries, flown them, regular lithium polymers, and instantly crash and destroy them within like a few seconds. So it happens. But yeah, so we're just doing like a little bit of a short stream tonight. I think we started about 15 minutes late. Looks like we've been going for about 26 minutes now. I think it's about time for us to get into Liftoff and see if Crystal can redeem herself and get flying. So, Crystal, if you would do the honors, let's start up Liftoff.
I need to redeem myself.
I mean, one of the last times you flew a tiny whoop into my hair.
Oh, do you see what 661 FPV wrote?
plug in DJI to take it out of Tiny Whoop. I've had people plug in their Tiny Whoops and take out a DJI. I don't think I've ever had that done the other way around. Coast Drone says, Z, you look very chill in your new place. Well, thank you. I am a lot more chill now. It's nice to have some room. It's nice to be able to put my arms up without hitting a ceiling instantly and have an epic space. For those who don't know, I have 8 feet of workbench behind me. I've got 2 3D printers right to my side. One of them the work printer, one of them my printers. I have 2 computer setups. I've got a computer back there with my logo on it just to look cool right now. And yeah, I've really liked my area. I built 2 workbenches. So for those that don't know, I actually built that workbench, painted it, made it custom. I made the custom pegboards with lighting. I have a 5-foot bench and the 8-foot bench. So I have tons of workspace now, which has made me very, very productive and a lot easier to work on stuff. So I absolutely, if you can do it, I highly recommend building your own benches. It was like
It's super pretty.
$150 to build both of them, just in parts. So it wasn't too expensive. Like, I saved a lot of money building them myself. And yeah. Plus all the lighting. I think the lighting ended up being more expensive than the workbenches themselves.
I think you need to do a tour of your whole apartment next time. It's so nice.
I need a what?
You need to do a video of a tour of your apartment.
Well, I still have a couple things to do. There's a couple things on my list. I need to get a couple pieces of art. I'm trying to talk to Miss Creature to get a few of her prints for my walls. And then I'm building a theater wall, essentially a giant theater screen on one of the walls in front of the couch, and I'm trying to get an arcade machine going. And once that's done, once my workplace and lounge area is complete, I'll do a video on the whole thing. But until then, I'm kind of keeping it a surprise because I put a lot of time, effort, and energy trying to make this place look so cool that I just want what's behind me to just be there for a moment until I start making more videos. Oh hey, we got Bot Grinder in the chat. Yo, what up, Bot? I miss you.
He has my shirt.
I miss Bot Grinder. Bot Grinder, baby, come back. Ooh, baby, come back to me.
Is that your friend?
Yeah, Bot Grinder, me and him flew. He was a Rotorite pilot for a while. And then he left and I joined, so it's awkward AF, but I still love Bot. Like, he's like me. When I got to hang out with Bot and Stinger Swarm and Cricket, those were some of my favorite times with the Rotorite crew. Like, I love all of them. We had a blast together, and I can't wait to be able to hang out with all of them again.
Where does he live at?
Bot, I believe he's over in, like, the Baltimore?
Oh, he's where Corey lives?
Yeah, he's over kind of closer to Corey.
Corey and his tribe?
He's on the East Coast.
Oh, right on.
He's got his own house. Bot Grinder's like, dude, his motor announcement for the Grinder V2s was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Like, I just laughed my ass off continuously during that.
All right on.
Yeah. So, Crystal.
Hey!
Crystal, now is the time for you to set up Liftoff.
Have you seen the Home Alone movie?
What?
The Home Alone movie, where he's like, I'm home alone. So, like,
Macaulay
every time I
Culkin?
come home as an adult, I'm like, I'm home alone. So I'm a grown-up now.
Oh yeah, Bot Grinder's in Philly. How did I forget he was in Philly? Oh, I'm sorry, Bot. Okay.
I like it over there.
Get your stick box. Get your stick box out, Crystal.
Is this thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Can you see it with my...
Yeah, it's all purple and weird
like
looking
green hue?
now. So Broken Prop asked, Zoe, are you still in Santa Cruz? No. So after I got the RV and moved out of my place in Santa Cruz, I traveled around a bit, and then I took a job down here in San Diego and have been starting up Outcast Droneworks as an offshoot of Hess Systems, where we do a lot of drone work stuff. It's been fun. I'm the president of Outcast Droneworks, and I proved that message. So yeah, as Crystal sets up the stick box, I'm gonna get Liftoff going as well. I'm gonna get us into a stream together, or not a stream, but a multiplayer lobby together. So if you want to join us in Liftoff, I highly recommend you guys fire it up right now. And I guess I have to kill time because Crystal has to go take care of her kid real quick. Love you, little Larry. Oh, it actually looks cool. Dude. Oh, my stream looks so cool tonight. I love this galaxy look. It's so awesome. Brain Bacon asks, do you think it's cool to fly a micro at Balboa Park? I mean, I did with Bot Grinder. Depends on how small. If it's a tiny whoop, yes. I think a tiny whoop is more than safe. I don't think you're really going to annoy anybody with a tiny whoop at Balboa Park. It depends though, because I mean, technically this could be FAA airspace. It is underneath a flight path. So you have to kind of be aware of that. But I found out actually there's a lot of airspace in here in San Diego that you can get access to that I thought I'd never have access to as a Part 107 and or a hobbyist. So with the Air Map app, I've been able to actually get access and approval for a lot of locations. Oh, it's so cool. A lot of locations I never thought I'd have access to before. Moon Tulu, a lot of people there know. Yeah, there's a lot of people at Balboa Park, which is the primary reason why I say a tiny whoop. Because a tiny whoop, you're not going to be able to really hurt anybody. And there's some spots where it's not so heavy foot traffic, you have to be worried about it. I'm a big proponent that a tiny whoop should be able to be flown anywhere and everywhere. The FAA has the rules and regulations, I know, but the tiny whoop is a pure joy. And there's a lot of people, when they see a tiny whoop, they think it's really cool. You know, the biggest thing about drones is the noise level and the potential to hurt people. And the tiny whoop has neither of those. So I think it's a pretty amazing thing to fly around and have fun with. But yeah, that was a great question. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to leave the comment. I'm currently waiting for Crystal to come back. We're going to be doing a bit of Liftoff tonight. That was the whole thing. So Crystal, for those that don't know, Fartbox, aka FPV, or aka Fartbox FPV, she's gone to a lot of drone events with me. She's got a tiny whoop of her own. But she hasn't really put in a bunch of time learning how to fly, and that is the biggest thing.
I have a half-completed rotor ride drone here.
I mean, it's basically completed. We just have to attach the camera and put the top plate on. So
Zoe uses the top plate to clean her fingernails.
Yeah, actually, yes, I did. When we were in Atlanta, was it Atlanta? No, Arizona. Pasadena. Yeah, I literally had to use the top plate of the Rotorite CL1 to skim off the paint off my nails. It was kind of funny. So, what is the app you mentioned to find available airspace? Asked Moontaloo, aka Michael, aka one of my gaming buddies that you can see me stream with on Tuesdays. I use AirMap. It's a free available way for you to be able to get access to the airspace. You can request access to actually give you numbers from the FAA that basically allow you to fly in certain spots. As a hobbyist, though, I don't worry about it too much, but as of Part 107, it is something I worry a lot more about now. So far, the FAA has not really fined any hobbyists for flying in airspace they shouldn't have. They tend to reach out and contact the pilot and say, hey, be safe. And then if the pilot continues to do bad things, then they kind of step up their game. But realistically, the FAA tries not to be the boogeyman. They know people want to have fun and enjoy themselves and not, I guess, be bad. So, you know, just fly safe, be smart about it. Try not to get too caught up in all the FAA's BS. At least for now. But yeah, if you guys want to push back on the rules and regulations, you can go helpsaveourhobby.com. That is a website looking to create protest and information out there to help people push the FAA's new rules and regulations back to hopefully allow the airspace to be more open for everybody. Crystal, are you ready? You're stalling. I can feel you stalling, girl.
terrified.
Why? Just do
Because
it.
everybody knows how to fly, and I'm terrible so far.
Have you seen my first videos? I was terrible too.
No.
The first time I flew, Crystal, I built a drone that took me months to build, and 30 seconds later I crashed it over a parking lot and destroyed it.
Oh my god.
So, you have nothing to be worried about.
That's what I'm afraid of. But thank God it's with us to say that. For now, at least. Oh.
And Moonchulu asks, what did you fly in the mall of Whoop? So the mall video with Road Riot back in the day, that was a full 5-inch. We had permission. We actually paid off the mall to be there. We had permission to fly. Nothing was broken during the filming of that episode. We were pretty good pilots. But yeah, are you ready, Crystal? Do you have Liftoff going?
Yeah, let me share my screen. I'm all scared.
You should be. You should be.
Okay.
Abdul Alim Shikanan. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna say Abdul. Lol, we all have that 30-second destruction story, girl. Be brave and jump in, he says. ZNix686 says, I crashed like 4 times today. Crashing is a part of the process. You just have to get used to breaking stuff and failing. The biggest thing I've learned in life is that in order to get good at anything, you have to fail repeatedly at it until you become good at it. So, failure is just part of the process. Almost there. I can see the background of her desktop. I can't see Crystal anymore though. Where'd you go, Crystal? Where'd you go?
Here I am.
Where'd you go?
Here, let me make this guy smaller.
Make it small boy. Make it a small boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, congratulations, ZNix686 on your 3rd day of flying. It's exciting times. If you ain't crashing, then you ain't flying, says D. That is very true. That's how a lot of the better pilots get good. Like, if you crash constantly, the best racing pilots have a stack of quads they destroy trying to get a good time.
Is this good?
If you need to make it like full screen.
Full screen?
Yeah, just make it full screen.
Okay.
We'll be over the overlay of Liftoff.
I got all the spam.
All that spam.
Okay. Can you
Cool.
see it?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know why it's in 4.53 format, but it's fine.
That's just how it looks like on my screen.
Okay. Well, it's working.
Quick play? What do I click?
No,
That's
you're gonna
right?
want to wait. Do they have a tutorial?
Yeah, they do have a tutorial. I think with Drew too.
I kind of want you to try the tutorial out,
I think I should because
just as a refresher, if anything.
and here it goes. Oh no. Not this. I remember this from last time.
We don't speak about last time, Crystal.
I do not want to do controller calibration for the rest of my life.
Oh, that live stream was so crazy. Anyways, we don't speak about that. People may know about it, but we don't speak about it.
About what?
Exactly. We don't speak about that at all. Hey, SynFPV, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you guys can hear that chill space music in the background.
Okay,
So you're going to want to go to
I did
free
the-
flight.
I did the getting, yeah. The first flight.
Yep.
Lordy.
See, when I got into Liftoff, they didn't have these things called tutorials. You had to
Really?
learn how to do
Oh,
it
wow,
the
I
hard
know all that
way.
good stuff. flying an advanced track. I can get us banned over.
I can't really read what it says on your screen.
This is introduction.
Yeah, this is a good place to start as any. I mean, realistically, there's a lot of people out there that have not gotten to the point of even flying that this could help.
I just went to a YouTube video. Can you see it?
It just plays a YouTube video?
Hi, baby.
Oh, it's so stuttery too. We don't need no YouTube video. Let's just get in there and fly.
What? What?
No, no butt. No butt butts. No what in the butt. We're just gonna fly drones.
Okay. How the fuck do I get out of this? Sports quit.
I think it's gonna close liftoff.
Yeah.
Shift tab.
Click here to return to the game.
Yeah, there you go. So go back.
You guys can add me at Fartbox.
Wait, can they? Wait, are you Fartbox on Liftoff?
I'm Fartbox on Liftoff.
Oh my god.
And all of Steam. With like the 15 million subscribers, I'm Fartbox.
Okay, Fartbox, go to the main menu again.
Where the heck? I can't see a darn thing.
The escape
Oh,
button?
right here.
I don't know if that was it, but hopefully it was. Did it just close? Okay, there it is. Okay, so you're gonna want to go to free flight. Actually, no. Before you go that, we're gonna go into multiplayer. We're gonna go to multiplayer, and you're gonna go into the lobby. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually go to my screen for a brief memento. And then I'm just gonna hit connect.
Signing in.
Yeah, I'm gonna create a room that you're gonna join. So you're just gonna go to the lobby. And just wait a second because I am setting up a place for us to fly. So I created the room. No, what are you doing? No, go.
I'm gonna practice.
No, you can practice in the multiplayer, and then I can watch your screen directly and give you hints.
Okay. What's battery stimulation? Oh, like as if it's gonna die on you?
Yes. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Liftoff has battery simulation. If you fly without battery simulation in Liftoff, it will teach you bad habits.
But if you fly with an Outcast Droneworks battery,
then you learn good habits. And also bad habits, because you get used to flying forever, and then you're like, why doesn't lithium polymer not act like this? Like my last vlog, I was like, I actually really like flying lithium ion for cruising around in freestyle. I mean, lithium polymer for me still has its place, but there's definitely a reason to fly lithium ion. So let me go back to scene 3 so I can see what you're seeing. Okay, so you're loading up into the lobby right now. And as Duck My Squee FPV says, just fly, there is no substitute for stick time. I 100% agree with that. Stick time is how you get better. Stick time is what's going to teach you how to fly and how to get good at flying. Without stick time, you're just going to be wondering how to fly. Like seriously, you have to fly and crash, fly and crash, fly and crash. Until you do, you'll never be good.
okay, so I join the game?
Yeah, join game. I have a few people, it looks like they're joining our game with us. So if you're just joining us now, well, welcome everybody to our stream. We talked about SpaceX, we talked about what's going on with Outcast Droneworks, we talked a lot of things, and then we're now getting Crystal flying FPV in the simulator. So I am pulling into her feed right now so I can see her live on my desktop. So she's kind of squandering around the ground. Oh, and she's in the air, everybody. This is so much better than last week already. So yeah, basically the first thing you're gonna want to do is just try to stay up in the air without getting too much momentum in any direction. So you're gonna try to find a hover, If you fly too far out of this area, it will tell you to come back to this main area. So your biggest goal is...
Oh, Lord.
It's okay. It's okay. Biggest thing is not to worry about it. If you crash now, you just hit the R button and just reset. It's really simple and really easy. So you're just going to want to try to hover. Just get used to hovering.
How do I know what, like... I'm in acro.
Yeah, that's good. It's really good.
Yeah? What does acro mean?
So acro means acrobatics. There's 4 modes in Liftoff. You have acrobatics, horizon mode, which is kind of like acrobatics with the ability of when you let go of the sticks, it's going to self-right the quad. You have stabilize mode, which means you can't go full tilt in any directions. You can't do rolls or flips. And then you have 3D mode, which is the mode that I fly, and that was added primarily to Liftoff after asked them to add it. But hey, you're getting up in the air. This is one of the hardest parts, is just getting up in the air for a few seconds. So again, you're just gonna get up in the air. Try not to have any too big movements. Try not to do too much at one time. You're just gonna try to get used to that very center stick and trying to keep the drone upright. One of the hardest things is just finding out how to hover. Because anybody can take off and start getting momentum, but trying to hover and keep it in one place is really hard when you're a newbie. Hey, what up, Sitit FPV, Johnny DRC? Welcome to the stream, and everybody else that's joining us right now. We're up to 40 people watching, so even though we didn't announce the stream properly, at least you guys are joining us now for the fun. And now you're doing really good, Crystal. This is good. So the biggest thing is you have to get used to the way Throttle works, because in order to get into a stable hover, you constantly have to give it a little bit of throttle play.
Like hover in one spot?
Yeah, you always have to adjust the throttle. You're always doing micro adjustments with roll, pitch, and yaw, and throttle. And that's one of the biggest things, is just getting used to doing those little micro adjustments, because it's basically learning fine motor control. And once you learn that, it becomes kind of ingrained in your body and your brain, and it makes it a lot easier to fly everything else. So just kind of see, you've been flying now for almost a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I mean, you might not have been doing amazing, tricky stuff, but you haven't been crashing, and that's a really hard thing to do when you're new. Oh, she's getting tricky with it. Oh, God. You're still up, you're still up, you're still up. And that's kind of what you're going to want to do. Once you start getting used to it, there's a second skill that you really have to learn. And that is putting yourself into a bad situation and figuring out how to pull out of it. So there's going to be a lot of time where the drone's either coming up on a tree, coming up on the ground. You have to learn how to self-right yourself and power out. So there's 2 ways of doing this. Either you feel like you're about to lose a drone and crash and break something, in which case you disarm the drone and you go 0 throttle and you just let the drone crash. Because crashing the drone at 0 throttle is better than full throttle, because at full throttle you're going to imply momentum into the crash, which is going to cause more stuff to break. But the second thing you have to learn is how to get good at avoiding the crash. So if you're coming towards the ground, you have to know to pitch up and add throttle. So the biggest thing is to flatten out the drone and throttle up. Flatten out, throttle up. Flatten out, throttle up. Huh?
Michael told me to do a roll.
Okay, yeah, gain a little bit more altitude.
Like sideways?
Yeah, so you can hold roll on the stick, on the right stick, and it'll do like a barrel roll.
Like this? Oh my lord.
So that would be considered a barrel roll into a suicide, which is technically a drone move. A suicide is when you go inverted and you basically fall towards the ground while doing a yaw spin. Abdul says she's doing okay. Well done, Crystal. Hey, Super Dexter Murphy. Stressful Struggle, welcome to the stream. Okay, so Crystal's actually getting the hang of this. This is really good. Like, she's almost to the point where I'd let her fly an actual drone. Yeah. Basically, just... Okay, maybe not. Just hit the R button. So, the biggest thing you have to learn now is that when you're about to crash, you're going to want to essentially try to level out the drone with the horizon. You see, like, the horizon out in front of you? Yeah. You're going to want to level out the drone with that and then apply throttle punch. So you're going to, like, go full throttle for, like, 2 seconds.
Which one's throttle?
It's the left stick up and down.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah, so you just did it. You're about to crash into the ground, then you full throttled out of the ground.
That's a beast.
And that's honestly a thing that you really have to learn when you're new. So you have to make it.
Down.
You just throttle down. You kind of let it drop altitude.
Okay.
Then you have to
Okay.
catch yourself with a little bit of throttle once you get down to lower altitude. You're doing good. And the thing is, you kind of have to learn all these skills slowly over. Oh, that was cool. You have to learn these skills slowly over time. So what Crystal just did there was gaining altitude, doing a roll, and then she came out of it kind of cockeyed. So she was able to kind of correct herself because she had that altitude. Johnny DRC says, "Yeah, go Crystal." I concur. And you have a literal team of pilots that are like cheering you on, following you around right now in the game. This is so cool. So, yeah, basically just kind of get used to the controls. Get used to anytime you feel like you're getting out of control, you want to just level out with the horizon and apply some throttle.
Oh no, I'm gonna become a
Horizon. That's the thing. No, you're doing good. This is a part of learning how to fly, is putting yourself in a bad situation and figuring out how to fly out of it. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Ah!
I passed that round.
So you went from not being able to crawl, I feel like now you're crawling. And we gotta teach you how to walk. Or in this case, fly.
I still haven't hovered proper.
No, you were doing it there for a while.
Hey.
You were hovering pretty good there for a hot minute. And we have about 10 minutes left on the stream before we're done. We're just covering the very basics of how to get going and how to get flying. And quite honestly, up till this point, this is the majority of what you need to learn in order to actually get up in the air and flying. The rest of it is just kind of playing with the quad, learning how it reacts, how it moves, how to correct it, and when it moves in a way you don't want it to move, and just practice. It's the same thing. What? Oh, what's that?
Can you listen to me?
Sorry.
Hey, I'm just kidding. Can you play Liftoff with FPV goggles?
Yes. So if you have a pair of Fat Shark goggles, you can have HDMI out from your video card into your goggles and actually play Liftoff with your actual goggles.
Is it only like compatible with Fat Shark or?
It's basically any goggles that have HDMI in. For example, the DJI goggles do not have HDMI in, which bugs me a little bit. But you know. So yeah, this is probably the best map to start training on. This is Straw Bales. It's very open, very few things to actually crash into. And there is a barn to go raid once you get more comfortable with flying around. Oh, that was good! Oh, that wasn't so good. The biggest thing though, so what Crystal's learning is that you have to be smooth on the sticks. You want to avoid any rapid, large movements. If you freak out, you don't want to just try to hit the stick in the opposite direction. You kind of want to guide it back into that direction you want to go. Smooth, small movements are key here. And when you get more comfortable with it, then you can start implementing, more harsh, more direct, stick movements where you're just like blipping the stick in one direction when you're comfortable with knowing how the quad's going to react. Ken Keck from Atlanta says, "Thanks from Atlanta, Zoe. You are an inspiration to many. My cousin said FPV was just a guy thing until I shared your videos. 3D and her jaw was on the floor. Haha. Keep it up, girl. You rock." Aw, thank you. Yeah, no, I've had similar messages sent to me all the time. And it warms my heart to know that I've inspired at least somebody else out there. 'Cause when I got into FPV, it was purely a guy thing. There was no active women in the community. Now there's actually some really badass women flying FPV if you go out looking for them. I know my Blue Owl FPV is amazing. Little Stellar Fox. You have Sean Taylor's wife, Tang Ma. She's an amazing pilot. She kicks ass on a race course. God, what's that other woman's name that I really like? I keep forgetting her name, but she's from, I believe, South Korea, an amazing pilot. And then there's just so many more. You have Kelsey, she's amazing. Catch You Later FPV, she's been getting better. Like, and it's kind of, I feel sad that I have to think about it, but at least I can, name a couple handfuls of other female pilots off the top of my head. And now we have Fartbox FPV entering the arena of pilots as well.
Oh god.
Don't worry, Crystal, you're doing good. Oh yeah, May on High. I love May. I fucking love Lexi. She's so cool. Onigiri. Get Onigiri. Milk. How can I forget Milk? Milk is the most badass kid pilot in the world. She is so awesome. So inspiring. Yeah, so Fartbox, the biggest thing you're going to want to learn how to do right now is just doing what you're doing. And this is the biggest thing, is that in order to get the fine motor control that you need to fly an FPV drone, it really is just a lot of practice and a lot of playing around with the sticks. You have to learn how the drone's going to react. You have to learn how to fly without depth perception, which is really hard for a lot of people. And then you have to learn how to judge, altitude and attitude without having to be on board the aircraft. Because our inner ear, like when we're in the physical world and we're actually like walking around, our inner ears play a huge role in knowing how you're oriented. Without that, you have to learn visually how that reacts and how to react to it naturally and how to connect that to the sticks. So your brain really has to create a whole new mapping of neurons to fly FPV. And it's like learning how to play an instrument. And if you learn how to play any instrument, it takes time and practice to get good at it. So, Q John Q says, love you, Zoe. I'm wiring up my first Radix tonight. Oh, that's awesome. I love Radix. I love Brain FPV. Jenny, if you're watching, I heart you. So the biggest thing though, like you've been actually, like the movements you've been doing, Crystal, are super smooth. Like out of the box. Like, even though you've been crashing here and there, the movements you've been doing have been actually really smooth, which is a hard thing to learn. So honestly, I think if you practice a lot, you'll be a pretty damn good pilot.
Thank you.
So gain more altitude. So gain more altitude as you're flying.
How high do I have to fly?
Like right around there. Around there is good. Just because you want to get used to going in a straight line and turning. And you just kind of want to get used to things without being too close to the ground to crash all the time. Adul says, doing great, Crystal. And
so the altitude here, that's based on feet?
Yes. Like here, you're more safe to do maneuvers like that because you still have time to catch yourself. And that really helps you get good. And that's honestly something I say to do in the real world too. If you're learning how to fly, altitude is your friend. It might be kind of scary to be that high up in the air. I know for me personally, I have a fear of heights, so for me flying high is kind of like a no-go generally. So Abdul says, fix her coordinated turning, Zoe. She's not putting enough roll, which throws her off consistently. Okay, so when you want to turn, this is probably a good one to get at. If you want to turn right, you have to add right and left stick in the direction you want to go.
Huh?
So you have to, so if you want to turn right or left, you have to add both sticks in the direction you want to go almost equally. So if you want to go right, yeah, like that. That is good. So see how the horizon's kind of staying in level with you now, and you still have a little bit of forward momentum?
Uh-huh.
That is called a banked turn. And banked turning is one of the hardest things to learn in Liftoff, and you're actually picking it up fairly quickly. Like, I tried teaching your dad how to do this, and it took him weeks just to get to a comfortable banked turn. But then again, he wasn't practicing very consistently either at the time. And now he's ripping. He's doing power loops. He's doing freestyle. He's a pretty good pilot right now. So yeah, you're actually doing really good. So altitude, and then if you want to go forward, so we're going to try to teach you how to do forward flight. And forward flight is basically where you pitch forward. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot of pitch forward. Yep, that's good. And then you try to you need to add a little bit of roll to kind of level yourself out. Pitch forward a little bit. Just ever so, you're good. That's forward flight. And now you're going to bank with both sticks at the same time to turn. And you're going to add a little bit of throttle as you go into the turn.
Oh, I didn't.
It's good. No, you're doing good. This is how it starts out for everybody. So, yeah, you're doing a great job of taking instruction tonight, Crystal. Like, this is awesome. So yeah, basically this is the beginning of forward flight as a plane goes over her house. And then there's chat and liftoff. I'm missing a lot of the chat happening in liftoff itself. So yeah, this is actually good. This is the beginning of forward flight right now. It's just learning how to go forward and how to turn and bank left and right. This is, again, the next skill. The first thing you want to do, as we covered, is learn how to hover. The second one is learn how to bail out of a bad situation. Learning how to maintain altitude so you can actually fly at a fly at a good altitude. Doug, my squeeze, says the progress in this one session is freaking amazing. It's like watching a baby throw their bottle out of the pram, then hop out and run to grab it. Crazy. So you're doing good, Crystal. This is a great session. So yeah, I just want to kind of gain altitude and start cruising around a little bit.
My son's calling for me.
Who's calling?
My baby.
Well, we'll wrap up here in a second.
Yeah? You want what?
Or we could wrap up now. I mean, we are about an hour into the live stream.
Yeah.
And you're doing good. This is a good point in...
This you can't take this away from me now, Zoe!
This is a good spot to lift off from, or to go off on. So if you've been joining us tonight, thank you for being a part of this live stream, the Outcast Droneworks Podcast. We've actually had quite a breakthrough. We went from learning how to hover, get up in the air, the basics of getting out of a bad situation flying, how to do forward flight, coordinated turning, essentially the basics of flying FPV. And those are the things that carry you forward. If you practice the things that we talked about tonight, you will become a competent pilot. They are the foundation of what makes flying a thing. And honestly, it just takes stick practice and time from this point forward to actually get good at flying FPV. So if you're scared of flying, if you're worried about breaking stuff, again, Liftoff Simulator is the way to go. It's a great way of getting into it. And yeah, I'm super happy with Crystal's progress today. A few more hours of flying, and I think she'll be ready to fly a 5-inch. She's picking up pretty good. But yeah, so join us next week for the freestyle competition extraordinaire. We'll do a live freestyle competition with 5 pilots here in Liftoff. If you want to join that competition, leave a comment saying freestyle and or contact me at zoe@outcastdroneworks.com. I'll check out your channel, check out your flying, and pick the top 5 pilots that I think are going to do the best in the freestyle competition. The winner will be taking 10 sets of 3D props, second place will get 5 sets, and third place will get 3 sets. So the majority of people will be walking away with the prize, and everyone should have some fun, and we should see some cool stuff happening. We'll probably be doing the Bando City level for those that want to practice. Bando City is what I will be personally wanting for the competition. And yeah, we talked about the shipping updates, we've talked about the space launch, we talked about the Outcast.Academy website. Like, a lot of stuff was in this podcast, and I'm pretty happy with it. So again, tune in next week at 8 p.m. PST, aka 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will have more fun for everybody, I promise, and hopefully some more updates, especially shipping updates. I will be doing a shipping vlog of behind the scenes at Outcast Droneworks as we get stuff shipped out to customers, to give you all a idea of what it takes to get a bunch of kits out to a bunch of customers and all that good fun stuff. So with that being said, Crystal, say goodbye, Crystal.
Bye, Crystal.
Okay, good enough. Bye, everybody. I've been Z to the O to the FPV. I love your face, and until next time, everybody.